Hello, good afternoon, everyone who all are joining in and
Good
who may
afternoon.
later in the session. This is your host, Himanshi Kaushik, and I hope that you all are doing good, safe, sound, and healthy at wherever you're taking this session on recent trends in event and hospitality industry. And I hope that you are as excited as I am to know a lot more about this industry and the opportunities we can have while studying in these industries specifically. And for this, we have our expert here. Please welcome Dr. Sunil Kumar, who is an assistant professor and training and placement coordinator in School of Hotel Management and Tourism. He has completed his PhD in tourism administration and management on the topic heritage tourism in Punjab, challenges and opportunities in about December 2022. And he has more than 6 years of research and teaching experience in tourism and hospitality at Himachal Pradesh University. And after that, he had joined lovely professional university as an assistant professor. He also has 3 years of experience in the tourism industry in various positions, primarily involved in research and teaching. And he also handles activities for student groups like during the placements and travel for educational, leadership, or industrial purposes. And we are very excited to learn from him. And sir, it is a pleasure again to be able to listen you in the webinar. And before I request you to take over the screen, I want attendees to know that you can write your queries in the chat box or in the Q&A box. And this session will be uploaded on YouTube as well. So you can rewatch the session if you want. And with this, sir, I welcome you in the session and I request you to please take over the screen. Looking forward for a good session, sir.
Thank Thank you so much, Himanshi, for giving me this opportunity to interact on this interesting topic about the recent trends in event and hospitality industry. First of all, I would like to explain to my attendees as well and to you as well. Like event industry and hospitality industries are correlated with each other. They are just, we can say, the two different sides of one coin. They are the part of this altogether tourism industry. Hospitality is providing the accommodation, the food and beverages, and event is providing the activities that need to be conducted. They all together formulate the components of tourism industry, which we consider in the 5 A's, which starts from the attraction, accessibility, accommodation, amenities, and activities. So events nowadays is altogether becoming an individual industry as well, a standalone industry as well as most of the event organizers such as Viscraft, Varmala, Shadi.com, then so punchy events and all. There are multiple event organizers which are working in close collaboration with the hospitality industry to serve their needs, to provide the assistance in organizing events in larger than life size. So as the world becomes more connected, the event and hospitality industry has seen exciting trends emerge from experiential event to sustainability. So we earlier used to celebrate the events without even taking care of the sustainable development. So nowadays, the sustainable development goals (SDGs) are the part of almost every aspect of the life. No matter which industry we are working in, or no matter which industry we are uh, preparing ourselves for, altogether they are making sure that we whatever we are doing in this world or on this earth, that should be done in a sustainable manner, so that we are doing our best without doing any harm to the rest. So, talking about the events, that event is now quite transformed. The event industry is now transformed. Earlier, we used to celebrate the events in terms of fair and festival. So now we are looking forward to
Correct.
So we were talking about the traditional way to celebrate the events. Like we earlier used to celebrate the events by the fair in the forms of fair and festival without keeping in mind the experiential learnings. But nowadays, the participants, the attendees in the event, they are looking forward to have the experience which are adding to their learning experience, having some kind of immersion, personalization, surprise, and delight as well. Talking about the immersion, guests want to feel like they are an integral part of the event. Like they are not just someone who are invited to just attend the event. They are there for that particular time period to interact, to celebrate, and become the part, an integral part of the whole of the session. The scenery, the sensory experiences help create long-lasting memories so that they can stay associated with that event for a longer duration, long term. Then personalization, we can talk about like one size fits all event, no longer suffice. People crave personalized experience that cater to their unique needs and preferences. There must be personalized aspect, a personalized touch. For example, someone is who's looking forward to have an event coming to or invited being invited to one such event. They must be given some kind of personalized invitation first, starting from the invitation. Then on the welcome, they must be served with their personalized choices depending upon their preferences. Then throughout the event, their activities, the sort of activities, or the we can say the sequence of the activities to be organized in a manner that is according to the attendees. So that kind of personalization is being provided nowadays at the event. So we have such recent trends in the event industry. So we can say that such kind of personalized touch do surprise the attendees. Someone who is not aware of that being they if they are being served with their favorite dishes, their favorite food, dessert, and all on the event, that will definitely surprise them and provide them delight. Predictable events are completely boring. It is believed that if we are able to predict, there is no such we can say sort of surprise, no sort of excitement left to the attendees. So surprise element like secret locations, unannounced performers, or unique menu items create excitement among the participants, among the attendees of the event. So that's how experiential events are taking over the traditional patterns of celebrating the events, celebrating the, or organizing the events. Moving further, enhancing experiences with technology, like every aspect which is being touched by the technology, or every industry is now interacting with technology at the best possible. Nowadays, in this era of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are implementing virtual reality, or we are witnessing the use of virtual reality in celebration of events, in organizations of events. We are creating new worlds, which is a combination of reality and virtual reality, or augmented reality, we can say AR, VR, and the real world. All together is formulating a new world using the best technologies available to celebrate the event, to organize the events, create new worlds and environment for the guests to explore the VR technology. Attendees at the one location, they are able to explore other which are, we can say, miles away, million miles away from them. Even the, we can say, one can experience the zero gravity available in the, we can say, space, but that is artificially can be developed in premises of, we can say, scientific areas in Earth, on Earth as well. So then we are having smart attendee badges as well. Attendees can check in, network, and engage with the touch of their badge. It saves times and it's eco-friendly. Now we know that nowadays our devices, smart devices, they are having near field communications. We are able to pay using our smartphones just by the tap. We are able to pay using the barcodes, QR codes. So it's the case with these smart attendees badges. They once they use it, such kind of badges when they are joining one such event, they will be able to join their network or check in, check out conveniently without involving any kind of human activities, or reducing or minimizing the load on the humans. Then we are having increased connectivity. Technology is bridging the gap between on-site and off-site guests. live streams, social media, mobile apps, ensure no one misses out on important content. So nowadays, events are being available or can access. I can say that they are accessible with the help of increased connectivity. Nowadays, we are having Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitter, Telegram, WhatsApp. So the connectivity is increased. The gap is not no such as we were having in the traditional era or previously. So live streams are available. One can go live during their events using their Facebook and Instagram accounts. One can post them on Facebook. One can share them live, and after even after getting offline as well, they can share as on feed as well. They can post the content as a post picture. They can make formulate the creative captions using such apps. So there are n number of apps available to such kind of important content to enhance the experience of event organizing. Moving further, we are having immersive experiences with virtual reality, like virtual reality and artificial intelligence, augmented reality. These kind of technologies are the new world. We can create such next level events. VR technology has the ability to transport attendees to new environment. One can just use their VR headsets. Now we know that Apple has also launched a kind of completely transformed VR headset, which is able to provide you access without using any kind of other device apart from the headset. They will be noticing our gestures of hands, body language, our languages as well. So there is no such additional equipment required if we are using such VR headsets. Providing an immersive and unforgettable experience from product demos to interactive exhibits, the possibilities are endless. In this world of virtual reality, we know that in hospitality as well, apart from the event, we are witnessing that virtual reality is taking over steadily. They are transforming the experience. One can visit such restaurants, destinations in VR even before visiting in the reality. One can experience to have different types of cuisines and experience the different types of services available using the VR. They can witness how it can be felt in the real atmosphere using the VR. So VR, the virtual reality, is one such trend which we can't ignore if we are talking about event and hospitality industry. Moving further, we need to stay focused on the sustainable growth and eco-friendliness. The recent trends are saying that events are being organized in a manner that we are harming a lot to the environment. But we can create green events to overcome such kind of situations. Make events eco-friendly by reducing waste, serving locally sourced food, encouraging attendees to carpool or switching to reusable and biodegradable plates and cutlery. We have to work on this particular trend. Like green events is an initiative. We need to be very much focused to provide access to our events using the public transport or using the carpool. We need to think about this. And such can be achieved very easily if we encourage our attendees to carpool with the co-attendees or switch from the, we can say, non-renewable energy to reusable and renewable energy and biodegradable plates as well, apart from using the plates which are non-biodegradable and cutlery which is non-biodegradable, so that we will be saving a lot on wasting dishwashing the cutleries and crockery, or using the disposables which are non-biodegradable, which are going to stay on this earth beyond our imagination. Then we need to focus on the waste reduction. We need to eliminate waste by choosing suppliers who prioritize cycling, composting, and donating leftover food instead of throwing it away. So we need to focus on waste reduction a lot. Like on most of the events, we prepare our food, prepare our arrangements according to the carrying capacity of the event. But at the time of the celebration, it is always, we can say, a lump sum. So most of the time we surpass the number of attendees, and at other times we witness that the number of attendees are quite less as per our expectations. So when expected number is not arriving to the event or the venue and not enjoying the arrangements made for them, then definitely we are left with the food which is leftover. Such kind of leftover foods is necessary to be donated, and we need to figure it out at the time of planning as well, like what we should be doing with the such kind of leftover food instead of throwing it away. Then we are having outdoor locations. We need to choose outdoor locations for events that minimize the amount of energy needed for heating or cooling. So we need to prepare accordingly. If someone is kind of event, we can say, for example, if we are going to celebrate in the outdoors, then we need to focus that the outdoor location should be having adequate atmosphere. We can celebrate such kind of events in the evening time when we are having enough sunlight but not the heat. So we need to figure it out while planning the event so we can stay with or stick with the sustainability and eco-friendliness using such options. Moving further, we are having the impact of social media as well. So on event and hospitality, we are having a lot of social media impacts. Instagrammable locations. Why Instagrammable? I'm saying because Instagram is one such microblogging app which is providing you an access to n number of photographs and audio visuals over our phones. And nowadays, if we go through the statistics, that most number of the internet we are consuming, or the most time we are spending over our smart devices, is by the only consuming audio visual kind of data, no matter which is relevant to us or not. We are spending hours, usually on average, according to the recent statistics published in the DNA. So we got to know that on average, any Indian is spending more than 2.5 hours on daily basis on social media. So they are using Instagram most of the time, create captivating spaces that are Instagram worthy, and let us do social media promotion. So we need to take it in a positive manner. We need to utilize this statistics. Like if people are using Instagram and social media around 2 hours and more than 2 hours, 2.5 hours on daily basis, then we must create our locations and our spaces in a manner that they should be worth of sharing on social media. That's why I'm adding this Instagram worthy spaces. Someone who is visiting such kind of event, they must be having some kind of standees, photo frames, or we can say selfie points as well, which during the, we can say, One World celebration or Tourism Day celebration in our LPU premises and campus, we have such kind of social Instagram worthy locations in Unipolis, in the, we can say, parks area as well. So live engagement is the another impact we can manage through the social media. Use social media platforms to facilitate live engagement. We can go live, we know that, and rest of the attendees as well can go live. When all together, all the attendees and celebrators or organizers can go live for such event, they can popularize and leave a positive impact over the viewers. So social medias can be used for such kind of live engagements, encouraging attendees to use specific hashtags. So we all are aware about the hashtags, like they got popular use by using specific terms which is trending. Hashtags are formulated to know about what exactly trending for such phrases or such keywords. So that's how we can use specific hashtags to positive to use the positive word of mouth on the social media as well. for our event and hospitality industry and share memorable moments which we had during the event organized and celebrated. So apart from positive, we can have the negative aspects as well. There will be some sort of negative impacts as well. Like if someone who is having dissatisfaction from the event, they will be sharing such kind of hashtags which will be discouraging the attendees to come again, or we can say revisit. Intention of attendees will be decreased definitely. Then influencer marketing, partner with influencers or industry through thought leaders to spread the word about your event or hospitality services. So we can use social media platform to collaborate with influencers. There are n number of influencers those who are working day and night and looking forward to collaborate with events and hospitality organizers. So they can interact with the reach of each other. The reach of our social media handles, our platforms are limited to our subscribers, followers, and added connections only. But whenever we are looking forward to utilize our reach in a manner, or we are looking forward to increase our reach, that how we can add more connections, more followers, and collaborations, then we need to tap some kind of influencers, those who are already existing in the market of social media and performing very well. So we need to add such partners, influencers with us and our brand name, then so we can collaborate together and share those followers for some sort of time, for some specific time or number of posts. So both of the connections can be utilized for single solo goal of success of the event and hospitality trade. Moving further, emerging trends in terms of design and decor we are using in the events. So maximalism is first thing. Colorful, bold, and electric styling is replacing the minimalistic aesthetic of the past. So earlier we used to have events in minimalistic possible or aesthetically attractive manner. But now we are looking forward to maximize as much as possible. Our events nowadays are colorful. We are able to live stream in 4K quality, in full HD quality, so that we can provide our viewers a similar kind of experience which our attendees are having. So maximalism is something which is being introduced in a right manner at this time. Next one is adding new materials. Living walls, recycled metal furniture, and handmade objects of all kinds are becoming popular ancient pieces. So we are using creative manners in terms of providing decoration to the backdrop of the main stage at the event, and the dining areas where we are about to serve our guests and showcase the hospitality. So such new materials are becoming the emerging trends. Then multifunctional spaces we are having that can serve multiple purposes are in demand. Multiple level seating arrangements are also made. So earlier when we saw events, they were flat surface. Now we are witnessing that multi-level seating arrangements, balconies, front viewers, and the rear viewers, they are what? Casual meeting spaces are also made in such kind of events, or movable walls are also designed at some time of the events where we can adjust according to the carrying capacity, or we can adjust the carrying capacity according to the number of visitors and attendees and create a versatile design with the help of such kind of multifunctional spaces. Creating and food, catering and food trends. So about the catering and food trends, we are having food trucks with us. Bring the food to the guests with the convenience of food truck. These days there are variety of cuisines to choose from, like tacos, sushi, or even gourmet grilled cheese. Then small plates, traditional meals are being replaced by tapas style cuisine, small portions let guests sample a variety of dishes, offering more social and interactive dining experience. So we are providing smaller sizes of plates and smaller serving sizes, which are reducing the wastage of food because the food which is left over from the plate cannot be served to another in the right manner. So we are utilizing such trends as well. Then signature cocktail, create custom drinks that reflects the theme of the event or menu. This helps create a thoughtful experience while saving money by focusing on a fewer recipes. So we, rather than providing in number of drinks and foods, we must focus on the theme of the event and prepare our food and drinks accordingly. If the food, if we are going to celebrate the local fairs and festival, then definitely accordingly local cuisine must be introduced rather than adding the cuisines from multi-continent. So moving further, we are having changing customer preferences in terms of event and hospitality industry. Earlier customers were not aware, or the guests were not aware about the health and wellness required. So now they are very much aware that their health and wellness is the topmost priority. They are looking forward to have options available from health conscious eaters like gluten free, plant based options, etc. Most then informative content, provide educational content around your products and services, recipes, farming practices, or sourcing. We have to provide the information about the thing, about the food, about the event to our attendees, to our guests, so that we can have them in a right manner. Then experience driven. People more keen on collecting experiences than material possessions. So we can't keep the materials throughout the life with us, but the experience once we had can be preserved for the lifetime with us. So we have to emphasize on creating positive word of mouth, positive experiences. So create lasting memories that still stick with them. So this is all from my side, and I'm looking forward from you all attendees to come with your suggestions on such topics about the recent trends of hospitality, recent trends we discussed in the event organizing and event management, and looking forward for the questions if you all are having. So Himash, if we are having questions from any of the attendees in chat box.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Before we take up the questions from our registrants, so basically, sir, we were having questions from registrants as well who registered.
Yeah.
So, but before that, I just want to extend my thanks to you for coming in and joining. I mean, we both know that how on short notice that you've done it here. Thank you so much, sir, for crediting your time basically for us. And yes, sir, and there is this one basic and common question that actually comes whenever we have had a webinar on this topic is what are the skills one required to be a good professional. I mean, because you have touched like little topics, but here it is written an event manager. So what are the? I mean, I just want. I mean, I just extending this question a little is in what are skills one would require in order to excel in this field particularly, and then we can subdivide it into the sub fields that we have.
See, particularly, this is the basically events and hospitality. They both are the part of the larger domain which we consider tourism, and tourism is the part of service industry. So, service industry is particularly having the human touch, which is we can say the personalized assistance is required. The more involvement of human elements is there. It is something different from the product industry, we can say. In goods and products, that can be generated through the machines in the workshop, and we can further improve them accordingly as per the demand of the customers or as per the response from the market. But in terms of service industry, it is, we can say, the process of delivering those services is quite opposite. They are, we can say, we can't store the services. They are, they are perishable. So we have to be very specific when we are delivering such kind of services. We 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 be an event organizer or be a, you can say, the service provider in any kind of hospitality industry, be the butler service provider or an F&B service provider or anyone else. You have to be very prompt and you have to be very skilled before joining such kind of industry. So in first, if someone who is completely unaware from this industry, I must suggest that you have to be very planned and empathy should be always there. You have to be very quick responsive. You have to maintain your hygiene throughout the event and throughout your serving hours. You have to be very quick, we can say, in sorting the queries. You have to be very vigilant to handle the situation, emergency situation, the crisis, because they are representatives, those who are going to serve the attendees, those who are going to serve the viewers, we can say the experiencer. They are themselves is a product, because when we talk about the, you can say, the process consuming, it is completely different in terms of service industry. When we talk about the, you can say, the process consuming, it is completely different in terms of service industry.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Hope I am able to answer your query.
Right, sir. And I think from what you have answered, I could sense it that it actually touches all the things. Like you have to you have to have that eye of details, and you still has to
Yes.
be a little more maybe spontaneous with the queries or with the problems
Yes,
that you might face.
definitely. Because once anything which is, we can say, not up to the mark is delivered to anyone, we can't make the rectifications then.
Exactly.
Then what is left with us to minimize the negative word of mouth? And for that we need to provide, you can say, compensations in terms which will be providing them vouchers, we will be providing them extra stay, extended stay, or extra passes for the next events and visits. So that will be a financial loss as well, and that will be again, we can say, we can providing them a chance to judge our team again. So we have to
Exactly.
be very careful,
Right, sir. And
because the first impression we are formulating will be the impression which is going to last longer than any impression.
exactly, and I totally agree. And so, extending this question, how about the entrepreneur opportunities? For example, if somebody wants to have their own, let's say, chain of hotel, so I mean, what is that one starting point? Of course, after coming in, after having the education in the course, what after that they can do, in order to have that particular dream to be achieved.
That can be starting their own hotel chains is something that you must be very creative. Okay,
Right,
we have seen that few of the general managers, those who are getting retired even after having the experience of running the properties, multiple properties for more than decade or 2 decades. But then we saw Ritesh Agrawal, who is the OYO is the brainchild of Ritesh Agrawal, we know, founder of the OYO. He came up with a hotel chain at the age of 30 something. When I personally met him in the 2015, he was less than 30.
right,
And back then, the OYO was being introduced by him to the B2B service providers. And then he flourished it so well, got the funding from SoftBank and all. And now he's running the world's leading accommodation chain, we can say. Not the hotel chain, but the best accommodation provider. So,
right,
so you have to be very creative. If in terms of entrepreneurial skills, if your mind is having something which is specifically your own, and on the other hand, if someone who is looking forward to get the bread and butter through the existing mass tourist destination, then open a hotel, lease in a hotel in Shimla, Manali, Dharamshala. We know that during the peak
right.
seasons, there are no rooms. No matter n number of hotels are available there, but there are still more number of tourists.
Right, right. And definitely, sir. I mean, it is like you have to learn from the experts, and after that, you may try to amalgamate your thinking, their thinking, and bring up
Sure.
an innovative idea. And just casually saying I want to open a hotel chain is not going to work. Of course, you need to
Yes.
have a lot of maybe back thinking and of course hard work with that, so that you can have your entrepreneur project. And I think, sir, we're done with the queries with this, and I
Thank
would
you.
now take your permission to wrap this session now. Shall I, sir?
Thank you so much, Himanshi. It's so nice to have this interaction with you. Your queries are quite genuine, and I felt overwhelmed for this opportunity to interact with such attendees. And I hope sure that if this is getting uploaded on YouTube, they will be coming
Sure.
up with some questions and queries.
Exactly, sir. They do comment and we do reply. But if there's anything specific, I'm gonna surely forward it to
I'm
you
happy to
and
assist.
we'll have the answers. And with this, sir, I again want to thank you for you. I mean, you've joined us here and you've given this insightful presentation. And with this, I take the leave now, and maybe we meet again with the next webinar. Until then, sir, stay safe and stay healthy. And thank you so much for joining in.
Welcome, Himanshi.